Welcome back to episode 120. So, last week's video, you saw me finally wrap up that front suspension, get it all torqued up, get the car out on the road and confirm that it is sitting nice. It is sitting really nice. I'm really pleased with how that's looking now. It's funny because for so long the car's sort of been driving a bit like that, and I know the car takes time to settle, and you know, everyone tells me that it'll just take a few miles to settle. I've done a lot of miles and all the time it's sitting like that and it looks really stupid. So it's really nice to get it flat down on the ground again, whatever you want to call it. It looks really cool. I like it. Happy with that. As I say every time, I think I say it every time, please click that like button. That really helps. I put a challenge last time. If you can hit 250 likes, I'll burn my trousers, which are these old, the ones I used to lay under the car. We got about 80 likes. Come on, you've got to try harder. Click more. And obviously click the subscribe button, please. It really helps me get the channel growing. And leave comments. Comments always help and they amuse me. So please leave some comments. So today's mission is to do that oil change. I might show you some fancy unboxing videos showing the Valvoline oil coming out of its box, because some people like that. If you do, happy you. Either way, what I want to do is start the car up, warm it up, get it nice and warm. I'm actually going to roll it back out the garage and drive onto probably a couple of wood blocks just to get me maybe an inch or two higher, because I've got to slide underneath. And now I've fixed the stupid suspension, the car sits really low and I can't get underneath. Anyway, get it up a little tiny bit. I may even do it wonky so it lists or leans over towards the sump plug. Drain it out, we can have a look through the oil and just see if there's all lumps of piston in it and stuff like that. This is a cheap oil, and I will look up and flash up at the bottom of the screen what the grade of the oil was. I can't remember now. I remember it being not quite the right thing, but was cheap, and I wanted something just to get this going and use it effectively like a flush. Now it's been in there, well, it's 260 miles I've driven, but the car's done lots of hours, I guess, of just sitting in the garage running. So it's really good to get it out, but let's see what's in it and get this stuff in. This is 20W50 Valvoline mineral oil, which I think is the recommended. I've got 10 litres, I need 8. Either way, car out, warm it up, and then we'll get going with it and see how it comes out. Right, the car's pretty much up to temperature. I've just checked if I can slide underneath. I can just about get underneath there. So I'll be able to get the sump plug undone. And what I was really checking is, can I get a hand on the filter, which I can just about. So hopefully that'll be fine. I'll turn it off and let's get the sump plug out. I've got two quite big, I don't know, probably 5 litre containers flat that I can pour the oil into, and we just have a quick sort of look through it. So it's a 15mm sump plug. Let's see if we can, if I can undo it from here. Let's see if I am undoing it. There it is. Right. So slide one of my containers in, which should, look at that, perfect. Just slide underneath. Now this, I've got to be a little bit careful because the engine takes 8 litres, and this container's probably about 5, I would guess. So a little bit careful with it. And what I'm going to do is put a long socket on the sump plug, and then try to sort of throttle it a little bit as the oil comes out. It should be nice and hot now, which also means it will burn my fingers pretty quick. And I think what I'll actually do is get container 2 lined up and let it go full pelt and just slide container 2 in as it gets full. I think that's going to be the current strategy, so get ready to enjoy that. It's a shame you can't see the oil coming out, isn't it? Well, you will, don't worry. I'm pretty sure you will. Here we go. 8 litres of black is coming out. Let's push that out of the way. Right, it's flowing quite happily at the moment. We're about half full. You can't see that at all. I'll try and give you a bit of a view. There, but you can see enough there. Hopefully you can just see it pouring out. And I'll swap this one in when I need to, which is... Actually, this may be 10 litres. I didn't actually check, but it looks like it's going to all fit inside one. Let's let it do its thing. Yeah, it's all going to fit inside one. Okay, no need to panic really. I've got the sump plug there, and I've got a new crush washer for that. I've got a large collection of crush washers for some reason. Yeah, this must be 10 litres, judging by how that's filling up. If you can see, it's the very last dribble coming out. I'd like to get the this wiring loom away from the sump as well. I should be able to thread that around a little bit while we're in this area. We'll do that. Right, we're just down to the residuals coming out now. What I'm going to do is actually put the sump plug back in, if I can. If I can get that in there just for the moment, it'll allow me to take out the oil filter. Where are you? There you go. Right. So I just put it finger tight. So like pretty much all the oil's out that's going to come out. If I just drag that out of the way, this filter tool that I hope is the right size. Yes, it is. Good. And we just... I've not tried it on this. This is for the 911 actually. Right. We are turning. We have turning. Okay. Cool. They definitely get tight. And I've got another tub here, so we can use this one for the filter and any extra bits that happen to fly out. Although it's a little bit tall, isn't it? Let's see how far I can get it out before I need to zip in with a tray. At some point it'll become hand tight, and I can probably then do it. Yeah, I can do that by hand. Here we go. There's still quite a bit of oil in there, and obviously the actual filter itself is full. Ooh, nice. Yeah, the oil filter itself is obviously full as well, but it's all coming out. So I'm going to now undo the sump plug, which obviously I just spun up by hand. So the entire engine now can just sort of bleed out for, well, I guess probably the rest of the day. There's no hurry, or at least an hour or two. Let's just leave that to dribble away happily, and then we'll come back to it later. I know what you're thinking. What does 8 litres of black oil look like? That. I guess this is probably 10 litres, wasn't it? Or probably 9 maybe, even. There's a tiny little bit left. So that engine has been in 260 miles, a year and a half, I guess, something like that. It's pretty mucky, isn't it? Surprisingly black. But that's good. It means it sort of cleaned all the gunk out from inside the engine. What I'll do later when it's cooled down, I think it's still... Let me just... Yeah, it's warm. When it cools down a bit more, I'm going to sort of grub around in there a little bit and see if there's any metal bits. These were wiped out really clean before I drained into them. So the sump plug cleaned up quite nicely. There's actually very little iron filings on there, so that's looking pretty good. I was worried I was going to find half a piston stuck to that, but it's good. And out of my extensive washer collection, what do you call them? Things. I've got the right one, so that can go back in now. It's surprising, it's been sitting there for quite a long time now. It's still gently dripping away. I guess it takes a long time, but that's the bulk of the oil out. So we're going to wind the sump plug back in. I'll just do it by hand for the moment. Remind me later to do it up tight, because we both know what's going to happen. There she is. It's kind of blind as well because I can't actually see where it is, and I can't actually see anything. Where is it? Where does it go? Oh, come back. It's rolled under the car. It's never easy, is it? It's never easy. Okay, don't worry. I've got one of the gas struts off the back. We can use that to bring it closer. Right. Now we're back in business. What I need to do though is actually find where the hole is, which I know it's up there somewhere. I just can't see it. I wonder if I can do it blind. About there? Got to be there somewhere, isn't it? Oh, come on, I've done it. I can't even see. There we go. Right, let's get my oily rag in there again. Just to tidy up so it's not leaking oil on me. Right, that's finger tight. That's finger tight. We're looking pretty good down there. I'm quite happy with that. I think I will nip that up. I've got my tool here. I need to go get the Allen key that does it, but I'll nip that up and we're done. Now I don't have the ability to talk, or do I? No, I don't. So I'm not going to over tighten the filter. He says over tightening it. Yeah, that's pretty tight. So I'm going to put it in that tight. Like everything on this car, I don't trust myself, so I come back and check things constantly. And the sump plug, I can torque that up, so I'm going to go find the correct torque setting for that and do that right now. Now there seems to be mixed reviews about, or mixed opinions about what this torque setting should be. Some say 29 plus 2 foot-pounds, and others say 37 plus 2 foot-pounds. Now, I've got this set to 30. I really don't want to over tighten this, so I may not even go up to 30, but let's tighten her up a bit and see. You can usually feel when it's getting pretty tight, and I don't want to over tighten her into a aluminium sump. There we go. Right, so that's where I'm sticking, 30. It's never going to come out. I recheck all the time, so I think it'll be fine. We're down to the nice easy job of filling up. So it should be, I haven't done this for a long time. In fact, well, it's only been done once. If you remember last time, I managed to pour oil all over the engine here, which is pretty good. Let's have a little look inside there. Let's see what we've got. A little bit of emulsification, not too bad. Let's show you what it looks like. I'll video on my iPhone and you can see then what I'm looking at. A bit of emulsified oil at the bottom there. Let me know if that's bad. I'll dig into it in a minute. So it looks like that inside. I'm going to say that looks like water in there. I can't tell if it's water or oil. Could be a little bit of water. You can see just dripping out there. It makes sense because emulsified oil comes from, I think it's from water and oil, isn't it? So that probably makes sense. I'm going to go rinse this out, get rid of that. Hopefully you can see how much is in there. It's not a great deal, just a little coating on the bottom. Let me know in the comments if that's bad. Not that I can do much about that at the moment. Right, I've got that a good clean out. Come out pretty easy, not a great deal in there actually. Looking down inside there, I think I don't know would be the correct answer. But let's fill up with oil. That's what we should do, and that's what we're going to do. And what we're not going to do is pour it all over the engine, like last time. So as I said before, this is Valvoline 20W50, which I believe is the recommended. And mineral, so it's not synthetic oil, which I think is kinder to our older engines. You can see, yeah, that's going to be here a long time, isn't it? Okay, so I need a quicker solution to this probably. I think when I did it last time, I actually had that filter in place, which is why it took so long, and why I tried to put something to hold this filter up, and why it fell over. These containers are 5 litres each, and I need 8 litres, so I'll put one whole one, and then I might try and start measuring out a little bit. I could put 1.5 in, I guess. I can't see if it has got a reading on the side. Okay, I can probably fairly accurately put in the right amount, and then we'll swap to the dipstick and see where it is. You can probably see that's with, I think I've got 7.5 in there at the moment. We're just below the line. There we go. That is spot on. Sounding pretty happy up front. No tapping at all. Sounding really good, really smooth. Not a complicated thing to do, I know, but wow, does that engine sound smoother. Before I had the tick, 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 tick all the time from one of the valves. I think it was on cylinder 5 with my stethoscope. I was listening and I could hear it sort of ticking away. That's completely gone. I've run up to temperature quite a bit just then, and it's sounding really good. So happy with that. Simple but effective. Car's back in. What I'll do now is I'll actually leave it for a couple of days, just let it drip on the bit of cardboard, because where I've taken the filter out, obviously there's a bit of oil around there. Let it drip down. I don't want it dripping over my driveway or anything, so that's what I do. Then go under and wipe it, and I just check the torque on the sump plug and on the filter. So this is the filter, obviously out on a bit of tissue paper. If I can coax off anything that's there. I mean, there's hardly anything on this. On it anyway, but I don't think I'm going to actually be able to show you much, am I? Can you see? I'm not even sure it's metal actually. Possibly. No, probably not, because I just broke my fingers. I don't think there's anything here really, to be honest. I might be wasting your time. You just have a little grind around like that. What's that there? Basically, there isn't any large chunks of piston in here, which is what I was worried about. I'm seeing a lot of nothingness, which is not bad considering brand new. Well, not obviously a new used block, heads rebuilt, etc. And you know, God knows what happened to that block beforehand, but there isn't chunks of metal coming out of it, so that's really good news. Okay, this is the final drive after the oil change that I want to do, just to sort of take the car out, warm it all up properly, driving, check it sounds better, and just make sure I've not screwed anything up, which I know is probably unlikely, but you never know. Something's probably gone wrong. There's a little bit of petrol in it. I've just filled up out my petrol tank. I've got a 20 litre tank I keep here. What was that? 5 gallon, I guess. Let's start her up and see what happens. First turn on since I did the warm up after the oil change, so a couple of days probably. Mine always does start on the second turn of the key, so there it is. Always the same. Right, I'll let her just warm up a little bit. At some point I need to resolve this. As you can see, this bit of plastic thing is broken. If someone's got one of those laying in a garage, let me know. Mine's got the end bit snapped off, which means it can't stay tucked into the fitting there and always slides down onto the buckle, which is really annoying. Really noisy with the windows open. I'm still slowly inching towards doing that. Don't worry, they'll be up. Maybe next week I'll get those up. Car's performing really well. Always starts on the button. Second turn of the key, that is. This feels really solid. No real major gripes at the moment. A couple of little rattles I'd like to look into. But overall, I think it's running really nice. A nice little housing estate. I thought we'd go down and terrorise my noisy exhaust. So it's also a good place to check, because you can actually hear the sound bouncing around a lot. I can hear if things are falling off or if the exhaust is still blowing. Let's have a little listen down here. Sounds okay actually. You can go around here. It's like a little maze. Nothing. Engine sounds really quiet actually. Much quieter since the oil change. And I still need to look up what that other oil was. I'll do that when I take the car back now. So maybe not tuned to absolute perfection. I can hear it just missing a beat every now and then. But not bad. That's after probably a 20-25 minute run. A little bit of hard driving, a little bit of revving up just to keep it moving. Sounded pretty good, I think. I'm not hearing that tickety-tacking noise that I could hear before. It's pretty smooth. Around the back. Yeah, it's just... yeah, not bad. Exhaust is crazy black either. I don't know if you can see. Not too bad. That's all I'm going to try and do today. I was going to try and squeeze the windows in as well, but I can't. It took a lot longer than I thought. Actually, there's a lot more footage of me doing an oil change, which I know is not the most challenging thing in the world, but it's something that he's doing, and it's good to get it done, get the car out, test it, confirm everything works again, and off we go. So hopefully you enjoyed that. Next week, I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I think I'll probably try and get those windows in because it's a pain driving with the windows down. So that'd be a really good one to hit and get ticked off the list. There's a lot of little jobs coming up that I need to sort of hit, so I'll probably be videos full of many things rather than one big thing like welding or whatever. But we'll see, we'll just see how we get on. As ever, thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I'll see you next time.